I am finally making this video after being asked hundreds of times, both in-game, on stream, in YouTube videos, in Discord, how did you get verified and how can I get verified? The answer to that isn't as simple as just showing you, do this. You know, there are so many different ways you can get verified in KRUNKER. So I thought I'd make a quick video and give you 5 ways to get verified in KRUNKER. And at the end of the video, I have a quick little interview with Sidney and find out his own personal requirements for getting verified in KRUNKER. If you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so that you know when I upload the next video. Enjoy. So I've been verified for nearly a year now. I started streaming KRUNKER in about June, and I was verified in July. It was a very short process for me to get verified. I didn't apply for it or anything like that. Vince actually came into my stream one day and challenged me to a 1v1 for verification, and if I won, he would verify me. I lost miserably. He was really good, and he was using dev cheats. He still verified me afterwards. So he, liked my content, liked what I was doing for the KRUNKER community. Since then, I've also helped get a few other people verified. People like Empo, people like Carson, and Voidex as well. So I know a fair bit about what it takes to be verified. I'm also friends with a lot of verified people, some of the biggest verified people like UCD, Sorable, Frosty Wolf, Waspy, people like that. So I've had a lot of experience watching people get verified and helping people get verified. So I feel like I have a bit of wisdom and a bit of knowledge to bestow and help people get verified themselves, because it is a goal for a lot of KRUNKER creators or players or just members of the community. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll know what pathway you want to take to get verified in KRUNKER. For those of you who don't know, the benefits of being verified in KRUNKER is more than just having a cool tick and having people ask you for KR all the time. The benefits of verification are, things like being able to host a 16-person custom lobby, which is absolutely amazing when you're a streamer and you've got, 20 people who are watching you and 15 of them want to play. You can get everyone into a server with you. You can have a lot of fun and involve a lot more people than you could based off the standard server size. Now, you also, if you're a map maker, get an increased map item limit. I don't know what the specific number is for that, but every map maker I've talked to said that once they got verification, they could increase the quality and density of the maps that they were creating. So if you have a look at some verified map makers out there, you'll see that their maps compared to a non-verified player are so much more full and so much crazier than, the standard maps. It's amazing what they can actually make with some of these maps when their item limit is increased. Now, before we get into the 5 different ways to be verified, there is one absolute golden rule that you have to follow. This rule is the center of every single one of the 5 steps. It has to be followed or you won't get verified, essentially. This rule is what verification is basically built off. And the golden rule is that you need to contribute to KRUNKER. There are so many different ways you contribute to KRUNKER, but if you don't contribute to KRUNKER, you won't get verified. Have a look at any single verified individual. They have contributed to KRUNKER in some way, shape, or form. I'll give you a few examples as we go through the list as well, so that you can see some real life, people who have been verified for their contributions to KRUNKER. So the first way to get verified, and it's probably the easiest way, it was for me, is to be a streamer or a YouTuber. So stream the game or create YouTube videos about the game. A super easy thing to do. You don't even need to have crazy numbers. I know there was a guide around how many subs and views you needed, but at times, the devs will turn around and they'll say, I can see a lot of potential in the streams that you're doing or the videos that you're doing. They're very high quality. So let me help you by verifying you. And number 1, be a streamer or a YouTuber. This is the way I got my own verification. It's the way Frosty Wolf got his, UCD, and Sorable. What we do is we stream or we make YouTube videos for the game. We create something for people to watch, which helps them enjoy the game a bit more, keeps them interested in the game, and has them coming back to the game a lot more. It's essentially free advertising for KRUNKER. They're not having to spend money on video editors and presenters and stuff like that, because we're making that content free for them. Now, the numbers you need to get verified as a streamer or a YouTuber used to be set in stone. It used to be a very strict list of rules, but these days I'm seeing more and more people get verified who don't meet that criteria. And that's because the content that they're creating is either extremely promising, so it shows that they're very dedicated to KRUNKER and that they're going to have a very, very good trajectory. Or it's extremely high quality and it's the type of stuff that the developers want people to see KRUNKER for. For instance, Carson is someone I helped get verified very recently. I do a podcast with him as well. We've had Sidney on the show. We've had Moswe, the owner of the Law Clan, on the show as well. Now, Carson is someone who came into the community and didn't have a lot of backing. He didn't come in with crazy numbers for, YouTube subs or for stream views. However, he creates extremely high quality content and puts a lot of effort into it. Sidney recognized this and immediately verified him because he can see the trajectory Carson is going to take. He can see that the type of content Carson is creating is the type of content he wants new players to see. If you're looking for a very, very easy way to get verified, or at least the most common way to get verified, be a streamer or a YouTuber. Make some videos, make sure they're high quality, make sure it's something that you would actually watch and you're not just making it for verification. You're doing it because you actually enjoy what you're creating. Because if you don't enjoy it, what you create won't be that good. People won't watch it and you won't get recognized for it. So turn on the stream, jump on Twitch, jump on YouTube, make some content and put it out there. Option 2 to get verified on KRUNKER is to be a map or mod maker. So if you've ever played KRUNKER a little bit more in depth than just playing pubs, you would have played maybe a custom map or loaded up a custom mod. Now, some of these maps, like I mentioned earlier, can be quite in depth, can be quite high quality, even higher quality than the current public maps available. This is what the developers want to see, and they want to see that level of contribution to the KRUNKER community. Half of KRUNKER's charm is the fact that it has custom maps, and it has all these different experiences. There are game modes like Infected, One in the Chamber, King of the Hill, that aren't available in public lobbies or have been made available in public lobbies and then taken away, that these maps create a unique experience for KRUNKER players and KRUNKER creators to show off. So KRUNKER is a little bit like Minecraft in that regard. Playing in public lobbies, I would say, is only 50% of the game. Once you get into a few custom rounds and play some of the other modes, that's when you fully experience KRUNKER. The devs obviously want people to play this other side of KRUNKER. This keeps the experience unique for them and coming back, as KRUNKER can offer more to them. So these map makers and mod makers are able to keep people interested, which is what the devs ultimately want. It increases the overall quality of KRUNKER, which is what they want. So they verify these people to show them as a thank you for creating this high quality content. One example of a really great map maker is Firefly. He's responsible for Firefly Parkour and Firefly Battle Royale, two of the best maps I've ever played. They're high quality, they're very entertaining, and they have a lot of replay value. So it does keep people coming back, and it does make streams and videos very, very engaging and different. So for that, I believe that's why he was verified, because he created content that not only increased the quality of KRUNKER, but increased the replayability of KRUNKER. So the devs rewarded him with a verification to show their appreciation. On the mod side, you also have people like Crucial, who made the Crucial mod. That mod changes your textures in game to make them a little bit more simple. It also changes some of the sounds. And at one point, it was removing the reticle from your gun to make the overall experience of KRUNKER cleaner and easier for lower tier computer systems. This mod makes the textures cleaner. It also cleans up some of the guns. Originally, it was one of the only ways to get rid of the reticle as well. But the main benefit of this mod is that it actually increases the FPS because it is designed for lower tier PCs. So because of this, Crucial would have received a verification as well. Some of the other big mods that you'll see if you go to the popular page for mods, and if you have a look at the creators pages, you'll see that some of them are verified, again, because they've contributed something to KRUNKER, because they've made the game a better experience for people, or they've increased the replayability. Some mods are just crazy. Some mods just change the entire game. There's mods that turn people who are using shotguns into walking cars. Stuff like that does have a chance of getting verified if it is really, really popular. The best advice I can give you is get your map or mod on the popular page so it's noticed by one of the devs. These days you can use the in-game advertisement board to advertise that. I've seen that recently for a map called JDZ Death Run. That advertisement boosted that map straight to the top of the popular page. So if you're a little bit creative, try and make a map or a mod, get it onto the popular page, and maybe the devs will notice it and give you verification for helping the game out. Number 3 is probably the most difficult way to get verified. If you've ever watched one of the KRUNKER esports weekly tournaments, whether it's NA, OCE, Asia Cup, EU Cup, you've seen that a lot of the top players and a lot of the top teams are verified players. Now, not all of these players are streamers or map makers or mod makers or YouTube creators. They're verified simply because they're recognized as some of the best players in the game. This gives them a bit of a standing in the community, gives them some clout, you could say. And it also gives other players something to look up to and shows that KRUNKER can be a pretty in-depth game with some pretty advanced mechanics like slide hopping and stuff like that, shotgun jumps, that make other players, again, want to play the game a bit more, learn a bit more, and become better at the game, which increases overall playability of the game. So because of that, they get verified again as a symbol of recognition or appreciation that they put in all this hard work to get extremely good at this game, and they can now wear this badge or this verification tick to sort of show that skill off. It's not a guarantee that you will get verified for winning cups, but if you have a look, especially at the OCE cups, you'll see that the 3 teams that always win, not all of them are content creators, and not all of them create maps or mods. They're simply verified because they're good players, they have a good standing in the community, a lot of people know who they are, and the developers wanted to reward that. So give it a go, get a team together, maybe even try joining some of the 1v1 tournaments that are popping up. I myself host one. I know a few other creators host some 1v1 tournaments. They're not officially run by KRUNKER Esports, which is the official KRUNKER Esports channel. However, the devs do tune in from time to time. They do take note of who wins, and the people who win those tournaments do start to gain a little bit of recognition in the community, especially for their respective region. Now, number 4 is a very strange way to get verified, but it works. This is outside of KRUNKER contribution. I know that sounds a bit weird, but just hear me out. So there are a few different ways you can contribute to KRUNKER without directly doing it in the game. Some ways are creating clients for KRUNKER. So you've probably heard of MTZ client, which was made by Sakura. Now that client itself brought in a bunch of different functionality that wasn't in the game previously. Most notably, I think, was the ability to see your Twitch chat in the game itself, which made it very, very easy for streamers to keep track of their chat without losing track of what was happening in the round. I can tell you as a streamer, I've died countless times because I'm too busy reading chat on monitor 2 and not watching the game on monitor 1. Whereas with MTZ, it got rid of that and made it a much easier experience for streamers. There's a ton of clients out there currently that work and improve on the experience of KRUNKER, and a lot of these creators have been verified in part due to the creation of those clients. Now, another thing you could do is create tools that assist people in creating KRUNKER content or editing KRUNKER. For instance, It's Absent was recently verified for his work on the KRUNKER rig. The KRUNKER rig is a way for you to get a KRUNKER model and pose it however you want, which makes for some really interesting and really high quality thumbnails, similar to what you see maybe in Fortnite these days. You see some custom thumbnails where they're doing actions that you wouldn't see in the game. The exact same with the KRUNKER rig. So Absent has created something that assists all creators who work on YouTube and even some Twitch people. I know I've had someone use it to assist me with a transition video as well. I know people have used it to make their thumbnails more interesting, more lively. So that went a long way and helped a lot of people in the community. So Absent was rewarded with a verification for it. I know as well, just, you know, as an aside here as well, Empo, who makes my thumbnails for these videos, uses something similar to that, and he was verified simply because he was creating thumbnails, not just for me, he also makes them for Soarable. He's starting to do them for KRUNKER Esports as well, but he's creating something outside of KRUNKER, which is contributing to the overall feel and quality of KRUNKER. When people see those thumbnails, they think, wow, that game looks really cool. It looks really up to date, you know, let's watch it. Let's find out more about it. So it directly contributes to KRUNKER by improving the overall image of KRUNKER. And with the KRUNKER rig or various clients, they all add an experience or meet a demand to assist in creating better content or having better contributions and higher quality contributions to KRUNKER. Now, number 5 is sort of new to me. I hadn't really taken notice of this before, but recently it's become a very lucrative way to get verified in KRUNKER. So you would have noticed in season 2, a lot of extra skins have been being added almost weekly now. There are skins going in all the time with every update that's coming out. And if you know the size of the Yendis team, which is about 8 people, you know that they don't have the time to be pumping out high quality skins every single week, sometimes multiple times a week if the updates allow it. So there have been a few members of the community who have been creating extremely high quality and highly detailed skins to assist. They put these into a Discord, it gets voted into the game and added into the game. And some of these people who have been repeat users of this process who have gotten their skins into the game multiple times are being verified to reward their efforts. One such is Flower Kid Art. He streams on Twitch as well. He shows the actual process of how he creates his artwork, and it is extremely high quality. If you've seen any of the recent items in the game since the 2.0.0 update, you would have noticed Flower Kid's name in at least one or two of them. His stuff is next level. I love it. It's some of the best skins I've seen in the game. A lot of it is actually, I might get vilified for this, but a lot of it is actually better than some of the relic and contrabands in season 1. So he's really taken KRUNKER to a new level in terms of skins, sort of putting it on the same level as CSGO, and in some areas even going past CSGO. So that's a way that you can get verified as well. He's creating high quality skins, which contribute to the overall playability of the game. It makes people want to, spin more and collect more items, which keeps them in the game longer, which obviously the devs want. So these people get verified to show appreciation for it. So you could try that. That's probably, I'd say, the second most difficult way. You need a few skills in order to get it done. But if you do get it done, you become very, very well known in the KRUNKER community, and you have a piece of yourself in a game forever. So those are my top 5, but I asked Sidney himself, the creator of KRUNKER, what his own personal requirements are for when he personally verifies someone, and he had this to say.
I want to make the game the best it can be, and if I notice someone in the community and I like what they're doing and I like their clan, I'll just verify it without them even asking for it, and something that did change that for me was when I went to PAX in Australia and I met Zed. I met a lot of the guys in the community, and it just changed my outlook on the community so much, where it's like I could see myself being friends with these people, So if
thanks, man.
And I just said, I'll verify the people that deserve to be verified, and I'll focus on helping the people that I genuinely like and whose content I like. So if I like, for example, Zed, I like it. I'm not saying this because you're here now, but I genuinely mean that. It's a good example. I like the content that Zed makes. I like him as a person, so it makes sense for me to be like, hey, I want to support your stream. I want to verify you in the game to show you like a little bit of appreciation, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So I feel like it's a thing for all the YouTubers and stuff. If I see a video that I like, I'm like, hey, this guy's pretty cool,
Sure.
And he's consistently making content. That's how they get verified now. I just completely ignore people begging for verification, begging for KR.
So those are the top 5 ways to get verified, and some of Sidney's own personal comments on how to get verified as well. I hope that helps you. I hope that answers the questions that you guys have and can give you some direction on the journey to get verified. If this video was helpful, please give it a like. Please make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. Leave a comment below for what else you would like to see me cover. I'm happy to cover almost any topic to do with KRUNKER. A bit of experience now with KRUNKER after creating content for nearly a year, being involved heavily in the community and the KRUNKER esports scene and hosting tournaments, being in communication with some of the top creators for KRUNKER and top contributors to KRUNKER. So let me know if there's any other guides or information that you'd like to know, and I'm happy to make a video on it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.